Next, we'd like to ask Dale Gieringer to talk for a second about a new bill that recently passed the California legislature. I think it's still pending before the governor, but it would in fact finally do what we thought we had done back in 1977, which is to actually decriminalize marijuana. But as Dale will fill you in more detail, it turns out, they're still arresting 60,000 or more marijuana smokers every year in California. So this is a major step forward. I think most of you know Dale. He's the coordinator and has been for 15 years of California NORML. He's a co-author of a book called Marijuana Medical Handbook, published in 1997 and again updated in 2008. He's vice chairman of the NORML Board of Directors and was the 2004 recipient of NORML's Lester Grinspoon Award, recognizing outstanding work in medical cannabis advocacy. Dale Gieringer, please.
Thank you. Yes, we have actually, for the first time in many years, good news coming out of our state legislature in Sacramento. A bill to decriminalize petty possession, that is, possession of less than an ounce of marijuana, to an infraction like a traffic ticket, has cleared both houses of the legislature and is now on the governor's desk. And our good friend, State Senator Mark Leno, deserves credit for sponsoring this bill. SB 1449 it's called. A little bit of background. A lot of people think that petty possession is already not a criminal offense in California. This is not actually technically the case. Technically, possession of an ounce or less is now a very minor misdemeanor, but one which requires you to go to court, and which in itself is quite an inconvenience, and gives you a technical criminal record for a misdemeanor for actually just 2 years. After 2 years, it's expunged. But the mere threat of a misdemeanor charge can be a big problem for lots of people. And as a result, many people don't even plead out to the maximum fine, which is there's a $100 fine. There's no possible jail with the current misdemeanor marijuana possession. But in order to avoid the possibility of a record, a lot of people will spend hundreds or thousands of dollars to go to these treatment classes, which is a diversion program that can avoid the technical misdemeanor conviction. Well, this is all a lot of nonsense. There's no other misdemeanor in California that does not have a jail sentence attached to it. You shouldn't have to go to court for this, and this is costing the state quite a bit of money. In fact, if you got 60,000 petty possession offenders last year in California, that's 60,000 court cases. I don't know how much a court hearing costs. In fact, the state court system doesn't know either, but it's somewhere in the hundreds of dollars. So you can tell right off the bat the state is spending millions of dollars on hauling these people into court needlessly. Senator Leno managed to get support from the district attorneys and the courts, California court system, for this bill. In fact, I think it is the support of the district attorneys that made it possible to pass the bill in the first place, because identical legislation has been up to the state legislature 3 times in the last dozen years or so and never managed to pass out. This is the first time it passed out, but given the fiscal crisis and given that it does save millions of dollars in court expenses and would save marijuana offenders any criminal record whatsoever for petty possession, there's a really strong case for this to be signed into law. We are crossing our fingers. Governor Schwarzenegger does not have a good record on marijuana legislation. In fact, he has vetoed every bill that we wanted while governor. However, with the support of the district attorneys and courts and with the budget crisis we have, we think there's a very, very strong case now for the governor to sign this bill. We are urging everybody to contact the Governor Schwarzenegger. You can do so via the NORML or California NORML websites. We shall know by the end of the month what the verdict is. Let me say that this, if it does pass, if it is signed into law, it will also have nice implications for Proposition 19, because without it, if Proposition 19 passes, petty marijuana offenses like using marijuana in public or in front of children would remain a misdemeanor under Prop 19, but if the Leno bill passes, it would only be a fraction and there would be no cause for criminal action. So let's hope that the governor signs SB 1449. Thank you.